Hi everyone, my name is Julia Tang and I'm a physical therapist. I'm here today with a lower body strength workout, and in this workout we're going to really cover the basics of lower body strength training. So we're just going to keep it simple. All we're doing is squats, RDLs, and split squats. So those are the three major movements of the lower body: a lower body push, which is the squat, lower body pull or hip hinge, which is the RDL, and then a lunge variation, which for us is going to be the split squat today. So for this workout you will need some weights. If you're really just starting out, you can try this body weight first, but if you have them available and if you're feeling up to it, I encourage you to pick up some weights. So you can use a gallon of water, you can use bags of books, or bag of rice, anything like that. Or if you have traditional dumbbells, I'll be using some dumbbells in this workout. Okay, so we're going to start off with a warm-up, go through our strength exercises, and then finish with a cool down. Let's get it started. We're just going to start off with a quick lower body warm-up here. We're doing 30 seconds of each thing, starting off with a quad stretch and a heel raise. So you're going to grab your ankle, get a quad stretch, and then lift up onto your toe. If you need to hang on to a wall or something for balance, feel free. We're just trying to warm up the body here, get everything moving. The goal of the warm-up is, one, to raise your heart rate a little bit for the exercises that we're about to do, and also prep your body and prep your muscles for all the movements we're about to do here. The next one is going to be Frankenstein, so we'll get those hamstrings. So straight back, straight knee, kick up, pull down, try and scuff your foot along the ground. So you're actually using your hamstrings to pull your foot down towards the ground, activating those hamstrings. So stay nice and tall here. Just getting a nice warm up through the back of the whole leg. I usually reach with my opposite hand, but whichever one's easier for you, it doesn't matter. Next one is the figure 4 glute stretch. So cross your foot over your opposite knee, sit back, feel stretch in the hip right here. And again, if you need to hang on to something for balance, you can, but you're really going to try and sit your hips back into this stretch. So you should feel a nice hip stretch right here. Getting all those muscles moving and grooving. Our next one's going to be a hip hug, lunge, and twist. So you're going to pull your knee to your chest, hip hug, step forward, lunge, twist, and then repeat. So really try and keep your front knee nice and stable here as you twist. So hip hug, lunge, twist. Feet should be on train tracks, not on a tightrope. Step forward into that lunge. Drop your back knee towards the ground as well. A little bit of a stretch in that hip flexor. And we're just warming up those muscles. Our next one's going to be a lateral lunge. So nice wide feet, feet pointing straight forward. And you're just going to sink down into one side, then to the other side. If you got to stay up higher, that's fine. Just start here and then sink lower and lower as you can. We're just warming up. Getting the body moving, getting the blood flowing. Warm-up is important, don't skip it. Our last warm-up exercise is going to be a deep squat to a hip hinge. So squat down as deep as you can, and then straighten out those legs as much as you can. Working on those hamstrings. You might hear my joints cracking, that means everything's getting moving. So deep squat, hip hinge. If you're a little more restricted in motion, no worries. Just go as far as you can. We're just warming up here. All right, and that's the warm-up. So grab your weights if you're using them, and we're gonna get started on our first set of exercises here. We're gonna be doing squats and RDLs. So for the strength exercises, we're going 3 sets of each, 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off for these squats and RDLs here. Okay, so we're starting out with our squats. I'm going to use 2 weights here, so you can rack them up here, feet shoulder width apart, and you're just going to sit straight down in the squat. So here, you just want your feet about shoulder width apart, wherever is most comfortable for your hips. Knees should be tracking right along with your feet. So some people might have their feet a little toed out like I do. Some people might have their feet pretty much straight forward, and that's your normal squat stance. From the side, you want to be driving your knees forward over your toes. So your trunk angle and your shin angle should be about the same. And you're just going to sit straight down in the squat. Goal is to get your hips just below your knees. All right, 15 seconds rest. Then we're gonna go to the RDLs. So for this one, really important, keep a nice neutral spine. Shake out the legs here and break. You're gonna push the hips back. Ready, go. For the hip hinge here. RDL is a Romanian deadlift. It's a stiff leg deadlift. So your knees are straight but soft, unlocked. And you keep a neutral spine position. Push your hips back as if you're closing a car door with your butt behind you. So you shouldn't get a ton of knee bend. That's a classic deadlift. This is a straight leg deadlift. So you should feel a little stretch in the hamstrings as you go down. Make sure you keep your chest up. Show me the logo on your t-shirt. You shouldn't be slumping through the back on this one. And only go as far as your hamstring flexibility will allow. So for some people, that may be not quite as deep as others. All right, 15 seconds. We're going back to the squats. If you want, you can just hold a single weight right up on your chest, or if you got a backpack, just put the backpack on your back, or you can hold on the front here. But here's our second round of squats. So inhale down, and then exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. Trying to get hips just below knee height here. Keep your chest up. Sit straight down in the squat. Feel the leg drive through the quads here. Keep it up. Another helpful thing is you can put a chair behind you and tap your hips to the chair just for depth if you need a little extra cue. All right, quick break. We're gonna go for the RDLs. So I'll show you can also use just a single weight for the RDLs, but most important things are keep the back in neutral, so don't let yourself slump over. Keep the chest out and hips back. Same thing, you can inhale down, exhale up. Really push those hips back as if you're reaching for that car door behind you with your butt. You've got too many things in your hands. Gotta use your butt to close that car door. Keep it going. You should feel a little hamstring stretch as you go down. If you feel that stretch, that means you're loading your hamstrings, loading your posterior chain, and that's what we're going after here. All right, quick break, and then we have one more set of squats, one more set of RDLs, and then we're done with this set of exercises here. So I'm gonna grab my second weight here. You can always drop to body weight if you need to, or pick up more weight if you need more of a challenge. And start it up. Inhale down, exhale up. You can always tap down onto that chair behind you if you need to, or squat in free space. Make sure your feet are at a comfortable stance for you. Don't feel like you have to get pigeonholed into like exactly the same stance as someone else you see at the gym. Everyone's a little different. You gotta find your best squat stance. And try and sit straight down in that squat. Keep it going. Just a little longer. Feel the burn. Embrace the burn. Excellent. One more set of those RDLs. Hopefully you can feel your legs getting stronger. So really work on that hip hinge here. Start it up. Inhale down, exhale up. This hip hinge motion is so important for building that posterior chain strength. Working the hamstrings here, the glutes. Working the lower back as well too, since whatever weight you're holding in your hands, your back has to work isometrically to maintain that load or maintain your spine position. So we're building a lot of posterior chain strength here, which is great for athletics, any sport participation you do, and just building overall health, back health, to pick weight off the ground. All right, so that's it for the squats and RDLs. We're gonna take a quick break and then go on to our next set of exercises, which is gonna be a split squat. So this one will be a little bit shorter. We're gonna do 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off. We're still gonna go 3 sets with each leg in front. So grab either the same weight or maybe a little bit lighter weight for this one, or you can just start out with body weight if that's what's gonna work for you today, and then we'll start into the split squats. Okay, so starting up with the split squats, I'm just gonna use one weight, and I'm gonna hold that weight in the hand opposite from my front leg. Just gonna go straight down, straight up, and you should see here, my feet look like they're on train tracks. They're not right in line. And my distance of my feet is long enough that I can get to about 90 degrees on both legs at the bottom of the motion here. So my trunk should go straight up and down like an elevator, going vertically. So there shouldn't be any shifting forward and backward like that. So just straight up and down. Okay, 10 seconds off, go ahead and switch legs. So I'm going to switch my weight to the other hand here. You can also hold the weight right in front of you if you like. So start it up. And this one, you never really want to lock out the front knee completely. Always keep just a little bit of a bend in it. But chest up, dropping straight down, lifting straight up. Inhale down, exhale up. We're going for 90-90 on both legs. If you can't quite get there without really shifting forward, that's okay. Just start in the top range. We're really focused on going up and down. Okay, we're going back to the other leg in front. So I'll show you, you can also just hold one weight right in front of you here. Start it up, straight down, straight up. Keep your knees in line with your feet. So don't let your knees cave inwards. Always keep a little knee window. Inhale down, exhale up. Feel that quad burn. Your quad on the back knee is actually going to be working a lot on the way down. So you might feel quite a bit of a pull there. Okay, go ahead and switch legs. Sometimes the back knee can get a little uncomfortable because it's a lot of quad work. So just reduce the depth. Start up. And that should get better as you practice and get stronger. It is really important to train that quad going eccentrically forward over your toes, especially for things like jumping, landing, decelerating from running, going downstairs. It's a really important position that you need to train your quad in. So keep it up, embrace the burn, chest straight up and down. All right, we're going for our final set. So you can also hold one weight in each hand. So I'll do the last one like that. Start it up. So you can always drop to body weight if you need to, or again, you can do partial range if the full range just isn't working for you today. But whatever you do, keep moving. Keep that chest up. Drop your back knee straight down towards the ground and keep breathing. You're almost there. We just have one more set on the other side. Okay. One more set with the other leg in front. Then that'll be it for the strength. See? Not so bad. Start it up. Back knee goes straight down to the ground. Feet are about hip width apart. On train tracks. Keep breathing. Ooh, I'm definitely sweating. Hopefully you're feeling a good leg burn right now. Getting a good strength workout in. Keep it up. All right, nice work. So go ahead and put your weights down. And that's it for the strength part. So now all we have left is our cool down. So grab a quick drink of water if you need, and then come right back. We're gonna do a little cool down stretch here. Okay, so starting off our cool down with a forward bend hamstring stretch. Feet nice and wide, down the middle. Then come to one side. I'm going to go to my left first. Feel the back of that leg release. Nice steady breathing. We're just going to go 20 seconds on each stretch here. Go ahead and switch sides, so swing over to the other leg. Get that other hamstring. And breathe. Next one, we're going to stand up for a quad stretch. So find something for balance if you need it. Right, roll yourself up. Grab your ankle or the back of your soccer shoe. Keep your knees together. Stand up nice and tall, chest up. I got the sweat rolling down my face here. That's the sign of a good workout. We're going to switch to the other quad in just a moment here. Go ahead and switch. So keep yourself nice and upright. Keep those knees together. Our next one is going to be a hip flexor stretch. So breathe. All right, so step 1 foot back. Tuck your hips under like a guilty dog, and then shift your weight forward. You should feel a nice stretch on the front of your back hip. And if you want, you can reach up with that same hand, get a little bit more of a hip flexor stretch. Just make sure you're not leaning back, because then you're just dumping into your low back. Go ahead and switch. So again, take a short stance, tuck your hips under like a guilty dog, tucking its tail between its legs, then sink a little lower. You can reach up and over with that arm. Just make sure your back is straight up and down. Next one, we're coming to the ground for a glute stretch. So go ahead and have a seat. Your ankle is going to go over your opposite knee and get a nice stretch in that hip here. Pull your toes towards your knee for more of a hip stretch. Then go ahead and switch. So ankle over your opposite knee. And then the closer you bring your chest to your knees, the more of a stretch you'll feel. Make sure you pull your toes towards your knee here. And our final stretch here is going to be a seated butterfly. So put the soles of your feet together, sit up nice and tall, and then sink your knees out to the side. You can use your elbows to push your knees out to the side. Get a nice inner thigh stretch, nice adductor stretch here. And breathe. And just enjoy the cool down here. And that is it. So finish the workout, finish the cool down. Hopefully you felt like you got a good workout today, and thanks for joining me.